Um, yeah, my name's Bruce Fowler. Currently the head football coach at Furman University, and just completed my first year as head coach here, and my coaching resume. And I'm a graduate of Furman University, and when I finished Furman in 1981, graduate, coached in high school, taught for 3 years, and then came back to Furman in 1984 as a graduate assistant for a couple years, and stayed on as an assistant coach until 2001, and then moved on to Vanderbilt, where I was an assistant coach and defense coordinator there for 9 years, and became the head coach at Furman right around the first of the year of 2011, and we were just about to finish that up. So that's my coaching resume and how I got my start. Well, it means a great deal to us that Colin was chosen as the FCS tight end award winner, and just well-deserving. He had a tremendous year. He brings a lot of things to our team. His versatility is tremendous. He can do a lot of things for us. And then a lot of our success throwing the football and on offense, Colin had a big part in both the run game and the pass game. We're pretty balanced between the two. And, Colin, week in and week out, made big plays, and he had, I think, ended up with about 40 catches, but almost 17 and a half yards per catch, over 60 yards per game. He scored 7 touchdowns, and just had a tremendous year. He also does a very good job in blocking, and he can do a lot of things. His abilities are based on, he catches the ball extremely well, but he can move around. He's a guy that runs really well, and he makes he's a threat, and that makes it tough on defenses. Yeah, Colin played quarterback in high school, and it was a little double pass. He caught it out there, and then he threw it down the field. And we had a pretty open receiver, but sometimes those are the hardest one to hit, and he hit him right in stride for a touchdown. It was a big play for us at that time in the game. Yeah, Ryan Steed, the recipient of the 2011 FCS Elite Defensive Back Award, has been just a contributor and great player at Furman and defensive back, played corner for us, really since I think the day basically he got to Furman. This is my first year having the opportunity to coach him, and he had a tremendous year again this year. He was a guy that some games didn't see a lot of action over there on his corner because of reputation and the way that he was playing through this year, but he's a very consistent player. He can do a lot of different things. His contributions to the team, he made some big plays for us again this year. I think he ended up with 4 interceptions. He had a fumble. I think he fumble recovery for a touchdown that he ran back. He had another long touchdown off of an interception return that was called back. He was one of our captains, a 2-year captain, for a matter of fact, and just was a tremendous leader for us. His contributions were not just those on the field, but off the field, and did a great job for Furman. Well, Chris has just had a great year for us, and he had some really big games, but I think one of the things about Chris that was so good this year was his consistency. He was steady. The attributes that he brings to the team as a quarterback is he's kind of a dual threat. He runs the ball very well. He can move around back there. He's not just strictly a drop back guy. He can do a lot of things off the play action pass, but he can also get back there in the one back and get in the shotguns and be a drop back passer. He's a threat to pull it and run at any time. He's got excellent speed, but he just did a tremendous job all the way around. Just to kind of give you an idea on stats on Chris Forcier for the year, I think he rushed the ball for 250 yards, and then he passed it for about 2,300, and actually we led the nation. I think we ended up leading the nation in passing efficiency with Chris leading the way, and just he had about 228 yards a game. So his stats were tremendous, but he did an awful good job of just executing the offense, and many big plays. I believe that we ended up ended up having he ended up with 8 interceptions, I believe, and 25 touchdown passes. So a very, very productive game season for us in the passing game. And he was hurt for the most part his junior year, and then he came back this year and really had a phenomenal year. So we were very proud of the things that Chris did for us this year. He had some particularly good games. He had one tremendous game, and the stats were really remarkable. And that was earlier in the year. He had, I believe, in that game, if I'm not mistaken, Chris ended up having 7 touchdown passes in one game, and just had a phenomenal day throwing the football. And a lot of those, we had some receivers open, but a lot of them were just, passes that he made that were really good throws, a couple of them under a little duress. He extended some plays. He also, I think, ended up netting about 58 yards on the ground that day and scored a touchdown running also. So that's a pretty productive day for anybody, but it was just a remarkable day and a good win for Furman. Well, Furman's got a tremendous, tradition. We've had, over the years, a great winning tradition, a great academic tradition, and the combination of those two things, I think, make for a special deal. And we just as far as, what Furman, I think, has kind of been known for is we've always been able to run the football pretty well, and, that's what we want our program to be able to run it, but we also want to be very balanced offensively. Defensively, we want to be a physical, fast defense that, does not give up big plays, that can get offenses out of schedule and play very well against the run. And we just, our goal is to set high standards and to achieve those by doing our best to win every game we play and to win championships. And we want to do it the right way on and off the field. So those are the things that we hope that people will see in the Furman football program. Well, football pretty much takes up a lot of time, and then I like to think that obviously when I'm away from football, there's so many other activities, and obviously my priority is away from my job and included in my job is my family and all the things there. So I just, when I'm away from the office and away from football, it's everything that we can do together as a family. And I'm not a big hobby guy, not very good at golf or anything like that. So the majority of the time that I spend away from football are things that are family activities, and really enjoy those times. Well, obviously we want to bring in some players and add to our roster, and get some guys in here that continue to fit what we want to do offensive, defensively, and in the kicking game. And then just in each phase, keep improving, and hopefully our become a little more consistent. We were a little bit up and down as a team this year, and we got great effort from our guys, and we want to continue to build on that. But I think that we built a fairly solid foundation this year. We got great leadership and effort from our seniors that are leaving, and we're going to have to replace that, and that'll be a point of emphasis. But just continue to grow our program as we go forward and stay on the track that we started. I'm not a big gimmick guy or changing things. I just think that we got to keep trying to improve, and then if we find something that's not working, we'll make the adjustments to that. Well, when a player comes in, I think one of the things as a coach in college, it's very important, and one of the areas of giving them, I guess it's advice or a little bit of counsel on how to head forward, is a lot of things in college come down to in playing football and being a student together is how you manage your time. So we really put a lot of emphasis early in teaching them that and talking to them about it, and really try to be diligent in giving them an idea how their schedules work. And I think it's important that when you get off and in college, and you're really making your own decisions on time for the first time, that you learn how to balance all those things. My name is Bruce Fowler. I'm the head football coach at Furman University. This is my first year of the 2011 season just completed, and we've had a 6-5 season, a fairly successful year, and we're thankful for all the Furman fans out there that follow college football and keep up with the things that are going on at Furman and with Furman football. So we thank you for keeping up with the college football performance awards and keeping up with the Palette.